This module will focus on glucose metabolism. To understand the role of glucose in the body, the first step is to understand the anatomy and function of the pancreas. The pancreas is located in the abdomen behind the stomach. It consists of a head, body, and tail, and has two main functions: an exocrine function helping in digestion, and an endocrine function that regulates blood sugar and pancreatic secretions. The tissue in the pancreas consists almost entirely of exocrine tissue that produces pancreatic enzymes for digestion. There are four main enzymes: trypsin and chymotrypsin to digest proteins, amylase to digest carbohydrates, and lipase to break down fats. Without going into too much detail, when the food enters the stomach and pancreatic juices are released into a duct system that enters into the first portion of the small intestines, called the duodenum. From there, the juices and bile from the gallbladder help the body to digest fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. The other tissue is endocrine cells called islets of Langerhans that look like grapes and produce hormones to regulate blood sugar and pancreatic secretions. The islets of Langerhans are in the region of the pancreas that contains its endocrine cells and was discovered in 1869 by German pathological anatomist Paul Langerhans. The pancreatic islets constitute 1 to 2% of the pancreas volume, but receives 10 to 15% of its blood flow. Two of the main hormones produced here are insulin, which lowers blood sugar, and glucagon, which raises blood sugar. Maintaining proper blood sugar levels is critical to the functioning of key organs, such as the brain, liver, and kidneys. Glucose serves as the body's main source of energy and is obtained from consuming carbohydrates, which the digestive system processes into sugar molecules of varying complexities. Glucose is one of the primary products and can go directly from the digestive system into the bloodstream after eating and digesting food. However, this can only happen when there is enough insulin in the blood. Insulin is a protein that allows glucose to enter cells for cellular metabolism. The pancreas releases insulin based on the current blood glucose level. As more and more cells receive glucose, blood sugar levels go back down to normal. The liver and muscles store the excess glucose as glycogen, which helps the body function during states of starvation. If a person does not eat for a short period, blood sugar levels fall, and the pancreas releases glucagon, which triggers the breakdown of glycogen into glucose, pushing the levels back up to normal. As you can see from the metabolic pathway, the metabolism of glucose is an incredibly complex topic, and research on this metabolic pathway continues to this day. Now, let's discuss some diseases associated with glucose metabolism. The most well-known is diabetes. Over 30 million Americans currently have diabetes, with an additional 80 million Americans who have pre-diabetes. Let's discuss the pathology of diabetes. Diabetes is a chronic condition associated with abnormally high levels of sugar glucose in the blood and causes many serious health problems if left untreated or uncontrolled. The excess blood sugar in diabetics can wreak havoc on blood vessels all over the body and cause complications. It can severely damage the eyes, kidneys, nerves, and other body parts, and double the risk of heart attack and strokes. Normally, the blood glucose levels are controlled by insulin, which is a hormone produced by the pancreas that helps glucose get into cells to give them energy. Diabetes is thus characterized as the absence or insufficient production of insulin, or the inability of the body to properly use insulin. Currently, there is no cure for diabetes, but it can go into remission. People can also manage it with medication and lifestyle changes. Generally, people with type 1 diabetes have been known to live for as long as 85 years with the condition. Recent studies into life expectancy are showing significant improvements in life expectancy rates for people with type 1 diabetes born in the 20th century. There are two types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease where the pancreas does not produce insulin because the body's own immune system has destroyed the part of the pancreas that produces insulin. Potential complications that can come as a result of this are heart disease, stroke, kidney damage, and nerve damage. However, if caught early and managed properly, it is completely normal to live with. Life expectancies are lowered about 20 years for type 1 diabetics. Type 2 diabetes, which is more common, is when the body does not use insulin well. Generally, the onset of symptoms is not as acute as type 1 diabetes. Symptoms may include fatigue, frequent urination, increased thirst and hunger, weight loss, blurred vision, and slow healing of wounds or sores. If type 2 diabetes goes untreated, the high blood sugar can affect various cells and organs in the body. Additional complications include kidney damage, often leading to dialysis, eye damage, which could result in blindness, or an increased risk for heart disease or stroke. Life expectancies are also lowered about 10 years for type 2 diabetics. In the next video, you will learn about the biomedical engineering technology that was developed to help diabetics monitor their blood glucose levels.